Last year I went to a close high school friend's wedding, and I happened to see my former classmate Eddie, who was also my scholastic rival since elementary school. When he came over to say hi, he asked where I was working now and where I was living. When I told him I was living with my dad, I could see a sort of satisfaction in his eyes, that he felt better than me, more ahead in life, more independent. And to some degree, he was, quote-unquote, more ahead. He had married his high school sweetheart, just bought a new house, and was expecting a baby soon. And yet, there I was, single, gay, and living with my dad. To think I got better grades than he did and went to a better school than he did, only to end up here with no +1, pathetically answering his questions about my seemingly sad living situation. I could feel him smiling in his mind. I could hear him having that last laugh in his heart. But honestly, I don't feel bad or sorry for myself. The shame and stigma of living with parents has always been a social construct, one that is especially strong in America where individualism and independence in this particular form is valued, but one that is also gradually dying off as consolidation of housing is becoming a necessary reality amidst rising home prices and crippling student debt. But for me personally, living at home is a choice, not a necessity, and a choice I'm fortunate to have. Today, I'm going to tell you why I still decide to live in my parents' house at age 31, and why I'll happily keep living here, at least for now. First, I love living at home, and I love my dad. Since the time my mom passed away, my unmarried aunt has been living with us. She cooks awesome Taiwanese food and helps add to a relaxed home environment. Everyone is chill and we enjoy each other's company. Technically, I did move out for a year when I was working further away, and in some ways I enjoyed the freedom. But during that time, I also missed being around family and having home-cooked meals. And I found myself coming home a lot anyway because we often had extended family gatherings. Sure, living on my own slightly catalyzed my dating life, but I was overall happier at home. Let's be honest. Those flings and relationships while I was away were easily disappointments not worth the trouble. But fine, they were learning experiences nonetheless. Second, we save money. I'm not saying I save money because shared housing is a win-win for everyone. My dad is not one who manages his finances very well, and by that, I mean he doesn't invest or save much. We both understand that I will likely take care of him in the future, so, in a way, my finances are his finances, and I'm totally fine with that. After all, he put a roof over my head for so long. Aside from housing costs, we also save money on food and other communal costs like bulk toiletries, appliances, and repairs. With my aunt living with us, she can cook a greater variety of things for the three of us to enjoy together. And I can also be around to help out with technology or paperwork that requires English, which they aren't as fluent in. Living with family and collectively saving money is also more common in Asian backgrounds. I see this with my family members back in Taiwan who live together until someone gets married and subsequently moves out. This is much more different than expectations of American children to get out of the house and stop quote-unquote living in their parents' garage. I think this is a big part of why I don't feel bad about it. My dad actually really likes me living at home and kept asking me to move back that whole year I was away. Which brings me to my last point. Having company. Even just having my aunt and my dad physically around adds an element of company. When I was living alone, I remember feeling much more lonely and feeling lonely much more frequently. But just physically living with people who care about me, with whom I feel safe around, helps me maintain a base level of stability in my mood. Like I said before, it's a choice, not a necessity. I was fortunate to have received enough scholarships and grants to graduate without debt, and I've managed my expenses while living on my own before. So it's not a matter of affordability. It's simply a better experience for me and my family that I live at home, and I'm not ashamed to say it. So even though my ex-classmate Eddie and others might look down on me for where I live, I don't see myself that way. But what about you? Do you or others you know live with their parents well into their late 20s, 30s, or beyond? Do you think there is and should be a stigma to it? Living at home may not be for everyone, so I understand that it's definitely case by case. But I'd love to hear your experiences and thoughts. Feel free to comment below, and it would mean so much to me if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day!